I attended my sister's gender reveal party, and when she handed me the ultrasound, proudly asking if I could see the baby, my blood ran cold. There was nothing there, just an empty void where a child should be. I stood frozen, everyone watching, waiting for my reaction. My sister's eyes were wide with excitement, but all I could see was darkness on that screen. I forced a smile, my hands trembling, and whispered, "Congratulations," while my mind screamed that something was terribly wrong. That night I couldn't sleep, haunted by what I'd seen. Or rather, what I hadn't seen. I called my mom, desperate for answers, and her silence stretched too long before she finally spoke. She told me my sister had been struggling, that the pregnancy wasn't real, that Emily had created an entire fantasy to cope with her recent miscarriage. My heart shattered. The party, the cake, the decorations, all of it was built on a grief so deep she'd lost herself in denial. I drove to her house at dawn, finding her sitting alone, surrounded by pink balloons and unopened gifts. When our eyes met, hers filled with tears, and the facade crumbled. She collapsed into my arms, sobbing that she couldn't let go, couldn't accept that her baby was gone. For hours I held her while she finally grieved, finally faced the truth she'd been running from. We called a therapist together that morning, and I stayed by her side through every painful step forward. Months later, she thanked me for not playing along, for loving her enough to help her heal, instead of enabling her escape from reality. The empty ultrasound that had terrified me became the moment that saved her, the crack that let the light back in. Now, when we talk about that day, she says it was the worst and best moment of her life, the day she lost everything and found herself again. Some parties don't celebrate what we think they do. Sometimes they mark the beginning of true healing, and I learned that the hardest love is the kind that refuses to look away from someone's pain, even when pretending would be so much easier.